Oh my God. Coach is padding the stats. Oh my God. Oh my God. I told y'all it was coming. Man. Coach Prime under fire for throwing the ball late in the game on Colorado State. All right. So I'm going to get into that and give my thoughts on it. Now, we know this was an emotionally charged game. I know we got to get to Baylor, but I'll get to Baylor on the next video because now the attention is focused on Baylor. The attention is focused on Baylor now, but I just had to get to this because I knew he was going to be under fire for throwing the ball because right here at this moment in the game, he told the team to throw the ball, and he went over the head of the offensive coordinator. Now, this is Pat Shurmur's fault if they ran that ball. That'll be on him because I would have been like, nah, we just gonna run the ball out, and because we already did our damage. Now, but the head coach said run the ball. And what would I have done if I was the offensive coordinator? I would have been like, Coach, negative, man. I'm not running the ball, man. I'm running the ball. But if the head coach, I don't know. I don't know. It depends on my mood. Because if the head coach is telling me to throw the ball, man, we got to throw the ball. So I don't know. Now that's not on Pat Shurmur. That's on Coach Prime. That's not on Pat Shurmur. Usually, here's how it works, right? If it's mathematically impossible for the other team to come back, traditionally you take your starters out and you put your other guys in and you run the ball, especially if it's like 2 minutes left. You see right here where it was 2 minutes left and Colorado State got 9, Colorado got 28. At that point, you got to run the ball, and then whoever the quarterback is, they'll take a knee, and then the game is over. But what happened was they threw the ball. They threw the ball, and they turned the ball over. And Colorado State was able to get the ball back. Traditionally, that don't happen. But in this situation, everything is situational. The coach said some things last year about Coach Prime's mother, man. Even though he didn't say specifically his mother, but he said he was talking about he was raised right. And he was trying to say that really is saying Coach Prime wasn't raised right. So who raised Coach Prime? His mother, didn't he? So yeah, it's a direct shot, an indirect shot at his mother. And for me, the gloves are off at that point. And it's just, this is their get back for that. And then the coach's wife said something about Shador. Even the coach's son said something about him. And so Shador is under fire too, because it's this one guy, he be talking to Matt McChesney a lot. He says Shador got female tendencies. So they really going hard on them. So let me just officially, I'm just telling you, they're not liked in college football. They're just not liked, man. So it is what it is. So it's like damn if you do, damn if you don't. I understood why they threw the ball because, there was some things said, which didn't have to be said. He said we should have killed those guys. We should have murdered those guys. And then they talked about Instagram and stuff like that. So this team didn't respect Colorado. They didn't. There was no respect there. So if they're going to throw the ball in a game, I understood why they threw the ball. I understood it, and I'm okay with it. But this came from Coach Prime though, for them to run the ball. It didn't come from Pat Shurmur, because in this video here, you clearly see Coach Prime say throw this ball.
Go to school, kid. Y'all understand that? Let's go.
So yeah, man, it was a situation here. You could see it. Hold on. So 17 seconds. Well, no, Colorado State has the ball now. They weren't supposed to have the ball at 17 seconds left. That was for Shador to take a knee, but it was because they threw the ball on that. So he's under fire for that, being a poor sport, stuff like that. It is what it is, man. This game now, if any other game he threw the ball, then I would say something. If there's any other game, like if it's the Baylor game, especially if Baylor not saying anything disrespectful and they still threw the ball, then I'm going to say he's stat padding for sure. He's stat padding. I would definitely call him out on that. I would say, yeah, he's stat padding. It don't look good. He's stat padding at that point. So they're trying to say that he was stat padding. He wasn't stat padding. He was being disrespectful. That he was being disrespectful to the other coach. He was not stat padding. He was not stat padding on this. Okay, it wasn't stat padding. It was meant for disrespect. That's what that was meant for. You know what I'm saying? So that's what that was right there. And sometimes it happens, man. Steve Spurrier used to do it. He used to do it. It's not out of the ordinary now. Steve Spurrier used to do it. He would be up 60 points and he's still throwing the ball. And then the other coach would say, it was a couple of times with Steve Spurrier where the coach came up to him and they shared words, and it was harsh words, you know, during the handshake. So this happened to Steve Spurrier. I've seen it before, but this is meant for disrespect. That's how I was thinking that they would figure that out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't stat padding. Because at that point, okay, him throwing the ball is not really going to do too much for his stats at this point. But what could have happened was Shador could have got hurt. You know what I'm saying? If I was on the opposing team and I'm a linebacker, now I'm gunning for him now. I'm going to try to hurt him. That's what I would have done. I would have tried to hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, most definitely, it would have been all smoke, and I would have tried to hurt somebody. Then after the game, it would have been smoke too. It would have been a bitch clearing fight if I was in the game. I would have tried to go after somebody. So if they're gonna throw the ball, I wish they would have took Shador out the game. And they did take Travis out, because on that last tackle with Travis, that was almost a helmet-to-helmet hit. Go look at it. The last catch that Travis had, it looked like the guy was targeting his head. That's what it looked like. So that's the only thing. Long as nobody got hurt, then it's all good. But moving forward, you know, if they do that, then yeah, that's not good. But this game here was all disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Saying that my mother raised me right and all that stuff. So what you implying is his mother didn't raise him right. So he never forgot that. And I wouldn't have never forgotten it either. I probably would have threw the ball on his ass. I probably would have. But I would have took my stars out, though. Like, I would have took my quarterback out the game. Because they tried to hurt Shador in his game again. Tried to hurt him again. And the refs didn't call it. That was clearly a targeting hit on Shador's head, and the refs didn't call it. So Coach Prime, he got to take note of that. The refs don't like you either. That's dangerous when the refs don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Because the ref, that was obvious targeting, or obvious. I wonder in that case, can Coach Prime call a timeout and tell the coaches, can you look at that for targeting? I wonder, could he initiate that? Or is it automatically initiated? It's supposed to be automatic. Like the refs will call a game and say, listen, we're going to review this for targeting, because if it was on the Colorado side, if Shiloh did it, he would have got kicked out the game. I promise you that. So the coaches don't like him. They don't. They don't respect him. And they don't like him. So that's a dangerous situation moving forward, because y'all can't do nothing without the coaches calling it. And also that pass, the refs didn't like that. When you pass to Jimmy Horn, the refs didn't like that, because they call holding on the right tackle. And that wasn't holding. That's how I know. That wasn't a holding on the right tackle. Everybody, you could clearly see it. You go back to the game and clearly see that the right tackle was not holding. That was a nice clean block. and then he released his hand. At the end, he did like that. That wasn't holding, but they didn't like the fact that he was throwing that ball. Even the refs didn't like it. So they're like, nah, you ain't getting that. Holding. So they got to make a mental note of that some of these refs are not pleased with him. And which means that they have a target on their back. So that's what I wanted to say there. He's under fire for throwing the ball, and they threw the ball because he wanted the ball to be thrown. It wasn't the offensive coordinator. Now, Coach Prime did say, now this is a little bit alarming. He said that we don't care about balance. He said you only care about balance if you lose the game. I was like, damn. No, you need balance to win, yo. You really do. You do need balance. But I guess in his mind, if we can get that ball off and the wide receivers could get these touchdowns, we don't need balance. He's right about that. He's right about. If you're winning the game on how you playing, then fuck balance. But you're not going to win the games. No, you're not going to win them tight games if you don't have a running game. Which means that the reason why they didn't have a running game, it was because of the coaches. This wasn't the players here. They wanted to throw that ball. That's what it was. And they want the offensive linemen to pass block the whole goddamn game. That's what's being called for these offensive linemen. And everybody else know if you face a formidable team like a Kansas State, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. You got to have a balanced attack for Kansas State. Or you got to have a balanced attack for like a Alabama or a Georgia. You got to have a balanced attack. You know what I'm saying? Especially if the linebackers are faster. If you're facing a team where the linebackers got speed, you're going to have a problem. As far as the balanced attack, you got to have a balanced attack, man. But he was like, nobody cares about balance if you lose, if you won. No, you got to have most like really good teams. They have a running game. That goes without saying. But in his mind, as long as Shedeur got 3 seconds and he's getting into the wide receivers, he don't care about the running game. That's what I got from it. But anyway, we're going to see if they can continue to win how they're doing. Then it's all good. Nobody cares about the run. I'm going to tell you something. If they don't have a balanced attack for the rest of the year and they went out, yeah, he's right. Nobody going to be thinking about a balanced attack. But can they win like that? That's yet to be seen. We'll see. They definitely beat this team because they had a running game. Like in the beginning, they had a running game. They weren't predictable. He was under the center. He did a play action fake. They threw in the flat, had some screen passes. They did a whole bunch of stuff to secure that victory. And then, you could open up the pass. It makes the game easier when you have a running game. But he's looking at it the other way around. Like, we can still do what the hell we going to do, but these offensive linemen better be blocking. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that's going to work. So yeah, I don't know. You said 20 rushes for CU is considered a balanced guy. I need more than 20 rushes. Close to the 30 mark. Close to the 30 mark, Shedeur should still get off. But see, the problem is with that, maybe he's not going to get as many passing yards as he want, though, if they go 30 yards. I mean, if they go run 30 times. That might be the concern, that he's not going to get his 400. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. That's bad because he's already going to get drafted. This is last year in football. He's already going to get drafted. You got to make sure he gets there. You know what I'm saying? Make it easier on him. Don't make it hard on him. You know what I'm saying? Don't make it hard on him because he's already getting drafted. We already know this. But in the NFL, he's not going to be doing that. So he might as well practice it now. They're not going to just let him air it out and they not having a running game. That's not happening. Even with my Jets, that's not happening. So, but why not do it now? Because they can easily, like the way he's throwing and the way he's accurate, he will have an even easier time if they had a running game. But we all know, and even Shermer said in the meeting, we always had a running game. He said it. He said it. He said you could clearly see it. That's what we've been saying. You guys clearly do have a running game, but it was told that you guys, it's the attitude y'all got to have. That's what was said. You guys got to have an attitude to run the ball. And then you'll have a running game. But he said in the meeting, you always had a running game. See, so we know that they always had a run. They just choose not to use it. So you just got to listen to people talk. You just got to listen. They had a running game, but they just didn't want, like, they feel like they didn't have to use it. And you see, when they let Sherman do his thing, they had a running game. He didn't come from the NFL for nothing. He knows about a running game. You know what I'm saying? But they're going to continue. But I really feel like they're going to continue to air it out and run less. And it's only going to hurt them when they face a real good opponent. Now, if they face a lesser opponent, they can get away with it. They should be able to get away with it. Because I even said before that game, they could still beat Colorado State without a running game. They still beat them. Colorado State was, they came to play, though, but they got their heart taken away from them. You know what I'm saying? Their heart was taken away because the defensive backs, they weren't allowing no passes. Even they were covering the slant passes. They were covering everything. And the heart got taken away from them. And the game was reversed. Shermer was able to reverse that game like how teams were doing with them. Teams was running the ball against them, right? Teams was running the ball and running the clock out. That's what they did because they let Shermer do his thing. I'm telling you, I'm calling it how I see it. There's no way in the hell he called that offense the first and 2 games. There's no way. That wasn't all on. He was told to throw that motherfucking ball. I'm keeping it real with you, man. He was told to throw that ball, man. And they saw that they got in trouble. And now that they were in a position where they were in a must-win situation, now they went back to the basics. That's what happened. It wasn't no situation where the offensive line finally did their job. No. The reason why the offensive line looked good is because they had a running game. That's what it is. I'm a little concerned that the coaches are not being accountable here. I'm a little concerned about it. They should have been like, it's my fault. I didn't hear that yet from the coaches, that it was my fault. That, you know, they should be undefeated right now. They should be undefeated right now. Nebraska didn't have no work for them. Now, Nebraska did have a good defensive line, but overall, the team didn't have no work for them. The quarterback from Nebraska, he was subpar. He was subpar, man. And the reason why he was subpar because he couldn't throw it. Them defensive backs is just that good. Travis is just that good. McKinney is just that good. And I forget the other guy. There's another one I'm missing that be covering them middle routes. He's that good too. They got 3 great NFL defensive backs on the team. He could not throw that ball. And when he did throw the touchdown, he barely got a touchdown. It was a fluke because Bentley almost intercepted it. So he really didn't have a good game. It was just the system around him that helped them win. They should have won that game. They should be undefeated right now. But the reason why they're not undefeated because they chose to be pass heavy. And there's no way a former NFL head coach will call a game like that. There's no way. He was told to throw that motherfucking ball. And it cost them. That's what happened. I know people saying, oh, Nebraska. No, they're not. They didn't do nothing that game. They did nothing. You know what I'm saying? They did nothing. But if they had ran the ball, it would have opened up Shedeur passing game and they would have blew them the fuck out. I'm just telling you. It maybe not would have been a blowout, but they would have been comfortable with the win. Nebraska is still in the rebuilding phase. They still got work to do. Because the way they looked, it didn't look good. Because if they got a top 10 defense, they should have blown Colorado out. Colorado shouldn't have scored. If their defense is that good, they shouldn't have scored, but they did. You know what I'm saying? So that's the realness. The coaches, they got to keep it real here. They messed up, and they're putting it on the players, saying that the offensive line finally did their job. They've been doing it. It's just y'all weren't running. You guys were predictable. Predictable. That's what it was. But you guys are not. You're not saying my bad. I would have said my bad, yo, to the team. My bad, yo. We gonna run this ball. But then it was said in the press conference that we don't care about balance. See, that's how we know. You can dissect this and just listen to them on what the makeup of this team is. They're pass heavy. They just want to pass it. That's what it is. I suspect in the Baylor game, they are going to run it. They are going to run this ball just to make sure they're going to run it. Because Baylor, I don't think Baylor is a team that anybody should be worried about. Yeah, they beat Air Force, but that was a weird game if you go back and look at it. I'm like, damn, did Air Force play with any quarterbacks? I mean, they didn't pass that ball at all. It was just really just a running game. That was it. They just ran the hell out of the ball, and Baylor didn't allow the quarterback to throw anything. I was looking at the stats from Baylor. Let me show you this real quick. This is kind of strange. So their last game was against Utah, but I want to look at the Utah. Their last game. Well, excuse me. Hold on a second. Let me go. Okay, here we go. Baylor has Colorado this weekend at 8 p.m. Their last game was Air Force. Baylor won 31-3. But if you look at the stats for Air Force, I'm like, did they play with a quarterback? Air Force, look at this. Their quarterback was 1 for 2 for 18 yards and 1 interception. The other quarterback was 1 for 1 for 7 yards. The other one was 0 for 5. They had no quarterback action in this game. None. No quarterback action. The wide receivers, you had Cade Harris. He had, that's rushing. They did rush the hell out of the ball, though. They had a lot of rushing attempts. Well over 30. But it didn't help them. They got no touchdowns from the rushing game. The receiving game, they only had 2 people receiving. Trey Robertson, he had 1 reception for 18 yards. And the other one, Bruin Feischman, he had 1 reception for 7 yards. That's it. That's the receiving. And they did manage to get a field goal. That was, you mean tell me Baylor, that they really shut them out. Baylor shut them out. But that's Air Force, though. They got some problems this year. It's not the Air Force of yesterday, or how Air Force used to be. Now, Baylor's quarterback, Sawyer Robertson, he had 248 yards, no touchdowns. No, that can't. Something, I don't know what's okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. The rushing, they did have 3 rushing touchdowns. Sawyer Robertson, the quarterback, had a rushing touchdown. Bryson Washington, he had 12 carries, 106 yards. He was averaging 8.8 yards a carry. He had 1 touchdown. Dominic Richardson had 9 carries for 48 yards. No touchdowns. Richard Reese had 8 attempts for 47 yards. So it makes me feel like they got a running game here. He had 8 attempts for 47 yards. He averaged 5.9 a carry, 1 touchdown. Sawyer Robertson had a touchdown. Their main target, Bryson Washington, who gets the most work, he had on 12 carries, he had 106 yards. So they're gonna have to watch out for him. So they do have a running game. Their passing game is subpar. Well, at least it was subpar for this game. He did have 248 yards in the air, but no receivers had a touchdown. So what that's telling me is Travis and them ain't gonna have Travis and company gonna have an easy day on defense against Baylor. That's what that's telling me. They're gonna have a really easy day on defense. The only issue is they got to stop the rushing game because two of their running backs had a touchdown in the quarterback. So that's the makeup of Baylor. Did they have any sacks? No, they didn't have any sacks. So which telling me is Shador. Let me see. Did they have any interceptions? No. Yes, one. Corey Gordon Jr. He had one interception. He caught an interception. So Shador, this should be light work for him. The main man on defense is Matt Jones. Circle his name. He had 11 tackles. No sacks, though. So the offensive line should be okay in this game. And believe it or not, in this game, they should be able to get away with just airing the ball out, believe it or not, against Baylor. So my prediction here, I'm going to get into that into another video, but my prediction is Colorado could win by more than a few touchdowns for the Baylor game. This Baylor game ain't no problem. But the only thing is they just have to worry about the running game and Baylor running the clock out. That's what they're going to have to worry about. Baylor running that clock out because they do have a running game. So again, it's the same strategy. They're going to try to keep Shador off the field. As far as putting pressure and sacking him, I don't know if they'll be able to do it. But they are going to try to run the hell out of this ball and take the time out. Shador shouldn't have any problems in this game. He should be having it his way in this game. And Travis and company, they should be having it their way as well. There should be an interception in this game too. So Baylor's looking a little weak here. They're looking a little weak. Yeah, they're looking a little weak. I go by stats. They're looking weak here. This is how, man, I'm telling you, man, if I was a really better, I'd be a betting machine. They're a little weak here. However, you got to go back to the Utah game. Very respectable numbers. They lost that game 12-23. That was respectable against Utah. Now, what happened here? What was the situation on what happened? So they had another quarterback. They had Daquan Finn. So they got that, which tells me they could play two quarterbacks here because Daquan Finn was in this game. He had he was 9 for 21, 115 yards, one touchdown. Yeah, they pretty much ran the ball, but they didn't have any touchdowns with the running back. They did have a receiving touchdown, Josh Cameron. Let me see what Utah did. Cam Rising, he had 2 touchdowns, but he only threw for 92 yards. Did he get hurt? He threw for 92 yards, and then they brought in Isaac Wilson. Yeah, I guess styles make fights. It just depends on who you're playing and any given Saturday what's going to happen. But Utah utilized their rushing game. Micah Bernard had 118 yards on the ground, no touchdowns. None of the running backs had touchdowns for Utah. The receivers had touchdowns. It was 2 of them. So Baylor quarterback did throw for 115 yards. His name is Daquan Finn. So I don't know who's going to play against Colorado. Is it going to be Daquan Finn or who? He threw 1 touchdown, but their rushing game is pretty they like to rush the ball a lot. And you just got to watch out for Josh Cameron, the wide receiver. But Travis and company should have no problems. Yeah, I still don't think Baylor's nothing to worry about. There ain't nothing to worry about this year. Definitely not. He's a running QB. Okay, I figured that. He's a running QB. Yeah, they shouldn't. Yeah, Daquan is hurt. I thought so because I'm like, wait a minute, where is he in the last game? Because I'm looking at the game against Utah, Daquan, he did okay, but he wasn't in the last game, so that means he got hurt. Yeah, they not. Yeah, I know, don't sleep on nobody, of course. Definitely, yeah, you definitely don't sleep on, but I know for a fact they're gonna run this ball and they're gonna try to run the clock out. That's what they're gonna try to do. So this will be a nice, good win here. Baylor be a nice one there. Baylor be, something. Yeah, Baylor be good. Damn, my bad. My bad, guys. That's what kind of day I'm having. My bad. I freaking muted myself, dog. What the fuck? Yeah, so I was just saying that the quarterbacks had changed for Baylor. I don't know if Sawyer had got hurt and Daquan was backing him up, or is Daquan the quarterback and Sawyer was backing him up? I'm not sure. Actually, I can find out. Hold on. Let's go back to the first game. Let's see their first game. Their first game was against Tarleton State. They beat Tarleton State 45-3. Let's see who the quarterback was. DeQuan Finn. Yeah, DeQuan is the quarterback. And Sawyer was number 2, and Nate Bennett was number 3. Yeah, their true quarterback is number 7. It's DeQuan Finn. He threw for 192 yards that game and 2 touchdowns. But however, he threw 2 interceptions. So DeQuan, if you playing against Colorado, they got some cornerbacks for you now. They got some cornerbacks for you. You said he was transferred in, but he was the starter on opening day. Finn was the starter on opening day against Tarleton State. Shiloh probably a return after the bye week with that kind of injury he has. That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking because I heard what the doctor said to him. He said, I'll have you back sooner than later. So I'm thinking after the bye week, maybe. Now, I know that kid, DeQuan, can run. He definitely is a running quarterback. But I don't know if he's playing against this game. He didn't play last week. You said, did you see 29 get upset because he was open? Wait, which one? Who is 29? Yeah, Sawyer played last week because DeQuan was hurt. Now, from the stats I see, it looked like Sawyer can run too. It looks like he can run. But we'll see. Oh, Welch. Micah Welch. You said he was wide open. You said every running back on the swing pass be open every time. Shador is looking for the big throw. He's looking to air it out. That's what he was looking for. Was that the play where Horn caught it? Yeah, Horn was wide open too, though. He was wide open. Horn was wide open on that play. I'm sure multiple people are wide open, but I guess he wanted to get Jimmy Horn. So kind of a little bit they were stat padding a little bit because he wanted to get Jimmy some points. So you could say a little bit, but it was more so disrespect for the throwing. But I get it because of what the coach was saying, because the coach don't like Coach Prime. That Colorado State coach, he don't like him. And the team don't either. And then this one guy, he was like, Shador should have shook his hand anyway and then talk shit to him. Yeah, I've done that before. You shake somebody's hand and say, yeah, I bust your you know what today. Yeah, I own this state. You know what I'm saying? On the handshake. Like he's shaking his hand like this. Yeah, man, we got y'all today. So keep talking. You know what I'm saying? While I'm shaking his hand, keep talking now. Keep talking, fam. You know what I'm saying? We ruled this state right here. You should have took that 600,000. See, that's what I would have said to him. I said, y'all, look, if you know better, you know you'll do better. You should have took that 600,000 and left this team. You and your homeboy. Y'all should have took the 600 because the coach said the quarterback was Braden Fowler Nicolosi was offered 600,000 to leave. He probably should have took it. That's what I would have said to him. You probably should have took that 600,000, fam. Because you ain't going to the NFL, you could flip that money. See, here's my thing. I'm like, yeah, you ain't going to the NFL, son. So now it's your time to flip that money. That's God trying to bless you, man. You better go take that money. You damn right would have took that money. I would have set my business up so by the time I graduate, my business be up and running. Yeah, you should have took that money, fam. You should have took that money. And then also your boy, he should have took that money too. Because he getting drafted way low if y'all don't start winning. Okay, so yeah, he should have took whoever offered him 600,000. I don't know if I'm going to call it cap. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to call it cap. I need seeing is believing. I need to prove it to me. But if they did offer you 600,000, to the quarterback and wide receiver. Y'all should have took it and left. Y'all should have took it. I would have took that. The team y'all on, y'all are what you call y'all not even front runners. Y'all not even a front runner team. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I would have definitely took that money. Because you can always look after taxes, whatever you got left over. Man, where I come from, I know how to flip money. So you could be able to flip that money. But see, everybody ain't got that mentality. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got that mentality to flip money or whatever. But that's not 600,000 is not enough money to floss on. That's not something where you go buy a track hawk and stuff like that. Because you got to think about taxes. That's the kind of money where you get a business started. You know what I'm saying? Well, you get a business started because you ain't going to NFL. So by the time you graduate, you probably would have had a couple houses to flip already. Easy. And then now you don't build yourself up like that. Yeah, you should have took the money, Braden. Braden Fowler Nicolosi, you should have took the money. And I'm going to say something else to you, Mr. Braden Fowler Nicolosi. I know you said somebody's too small. You small too. You like Nas too. You definitely is. You definitely is. So you calling somebody else like Nas, you like Nas too. So that's just what it is. But you know what I would say, Trap? You should have took that money. You should have took that money, fam, and got the hell up out of there. That's right. Somebody called me and say, look, we got $600K for you. I need that in writing. I was like, okay, you got it for me, but I need it in writing. I need some type of consideration. Y'all know what consideration is agreement between two parties. That's consideration, which is a contract. It could be verbal or written down on the toilet tissue paper. But I need a contract. Okay, cool. You can offer me the $600K, then I'm gone. He a fool not to take that money. Even a coach would have understood. I don't believe it. The traditions is cool and all that. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he already got money. That could be it too. Maybe his parents already got money. But it's a difference when you got your own money. You know what I'm saying? But he probably already got money. So it is what it is. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta be thinking to flip. These kids ain't thinking to flip no more. These kids thinking to floss. They're not trying to flip and bubble on the humble. They're not trying to do that, man. So, but some are. Some are. But yeah, if I know I ain't going to the NFL, son, take that 600,000. The fuck? That's God trying to bless you. Yeah, it was God. God works through us. Facts. I would have took that money. There was a Uber driver here recently. A passenger left a bag in his back seat. That bag has so much money in it, he could smell it. He knew it was money in it. He could smell it. Okay? He could smell it. It had so much money in it. It was a whole Louis Vuitton duffel bag full of money. Full of money. And you think he reported it? I can't tell you what he did because I can't speak on it. But what happens is, it was never reported. You feel me? And then I was telling him, I was like, yo, I think that's some lick money. I think somebody hit a lick somewhere and that's dirty money. That's what I think. So long story short, he still got the money. He ain't spent it. He didn't spend it. You know what I'm saying? But he still got the money. Yeah. That happened out here. He said, man, it's so much money I could smell it. My wife's even said that, man. I could smell it. I'm like, yeah, that's God giving that to you. God gave that to you, man. I said, you a good dude. You must be a really good dude, and God looks you out. He said, yeah. I said, yeah, Allah looks you out. That's what happened. Because I'm not turning it in. I'm not turning in. I'm thinking with that, it probably was like at least 100,000. That's not a lot of money in it, but it's the way it was packed up. It looked like a lot. I think more than like it was like 100,000 in the bag. Oh, a little less or a little less. But I remember there was another case out here where a guy found some money and the person gave them a gift card to the movies. That's God too, because God said, look, I'm trying to hook you up. And you going against my wishes. So yeah, take these movie tickets. Take these movie tickets, man, and go somewhere, man. He gave him some movie tickets, man. But anyway, so Braden, you should have took that money. That's my point. Or I might have to call Cap. Yeah, God. He tried to get that man 600. He said, I saw how you played against Colorado. You played your heart out. I'm about to hook you up. I'm gonna get you 600, you and your boy. And both of them turn it down. It's a nice storyline. We turned it down because we want to come back and we want to get our get back. Well, you didn't get your get back. No, and then your stock went down. You ain't getting no more 600,000. Oh my God, man. Couldn't have been my son. It couldn't have been my son. I said, son, we taking that 600,000. Well, Dad, I'm about tradition. Fuck tradition. We don't own that school. The fuck? We don't own that school, man. That school getting all this money. The hell with them. We follow our own traditions. We ain't follow no traditional school. This and that, and the school sitting up there probably don't like me any damn way. Half the people in the stand probably I couldn't come to the house and eat. No, I don't care about no damn tradition, son. We taking that money and we gonna flip it, and you get all type of cargo trucks with it. It's so much you can do. You get a truck, get your authority license. There's so much you do. You get to flip the money. Buy you a few fixer-uppers, all types of shit. And then have a little bit left over to the side. No, I'm about tradition and fight songs. And no, I ain't about that. Because back in the day, I couldn't even come in that stadium when the stadium was built because it was segregated. So fuck that. And they never apologized for it. So fuck that. I don't care about all that. That's how I really feel. That's how I really feel. You know what I'm saying? When that fight song was made, it was segregated. So I don't care about no fight song. I don't. I care about how much money is on the table. And then different things like that, especially if we're not trying to get to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Because some of these, I'm gonna tell you something. If I was a player, they're like, Max, we like what you did your true freshman year. We got $4 million for you, back money. Okay, you got $4 million. I would say it with a straight face. I'm on my way. I am now a Jaguar, whatever their mascot is. Or if it's Miami, what's Miami mascot? It's Sebastian the Abyss. That's Miami's mascot. His name is Sebastian the Abyss. Well, we going with the duck. We going with Sebastian. You feel me? We are now a hurricane. Okay, God bless the Hurricanes. Now, where's my money? Because then at that point, you could flip the money and then come up with some money and make businesses. Now you ain't got to work for these racist ass billionaires in the NFL. Man, I don't want to get there with y'all. I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there because y'all know what Jerry Jones did. Y'all know what he did, yo. He was in that picture and they found the picture. Yeah. So give me my money and let me flip it. That way I ain't got to go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And make them more money. The hell with that. So that's what I wanted to say. You know what I'm saying? The hell with that. We ain't trying to get CTE. You feel me? Let's go flip this money. That's my mentality. And that's a lot of the mentality of some of these parents. And that's what these coaches got a problem. I'm telling you, this whole back money in the NL is a problem because these parents think like me. Oh no, we getting this money. Yeah, we getting this money. We getting as much money as we can get now. Now I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. They couldn't get Travis away from Coach Prime. They are going to try to offer Jordan Seaton. Let me tell you something. They are getting ready to try to make you a rich young man at the end of the season. They are going to try to bring out the Brinks truck for you. They want you away from him. I'm just trying to tell you. They are going to do it, and they don't give a damn about because you know you're not supposed to contact a player. You're not supposed to. It's called tampering, especially if the player is not in the transfer portal. Okay, if the player is not in the transfer portal, you can't talk to him. It's tampering. But these coaches tamper all the time. That's why Braden Fowler, Nicolosi, and the other one said that the coaches reach out to. That's tampering. Well, the coaches didn't do it. Somebody from the university did it. They're gonna try to get Jordan Seaton away. I'm just trying to tell y'all. They're gonna offer him money that he cannot refuse. I promise you. I promise you that. I promise you that they are. They're going to offer him life-changing money. Jordan Seaton, let me see. He only allowed in that game, I think he only allowed one hurry. That's it. Yeah. He had a high grade. They're gonna try to get him away from him. They tried to get Travis, but Travis, then he about loyalty. If Jordan is that way, they're not gonna get Jordan either. But Colorado, y'all need to stop playing. Y'all need to bring out the Brinks truck now. If not, Florida and Florida State struggling. And Florida State. Let me see if Florida State won. Please tell me they won their last game. I haven't been keeping up with it because I've been keeping up with this. I'm a Florida State fan. Let me see. Let me see what's going on. They better have won their last game. Let me see. Nope. They lost to Memphis. Oh, Lord. They lost to Memphis. They lost to Boston College. And they lost to Georgia. Am I reading this right? Hold on. I'm not reading this right. Hold on. Wait. Friday, August 24th, they played Georgia Tech and they lost to Georgia Tech. They lost to Boston College. They just lost to Coach going to Florida State. For sure. He going to Florida State, yo. Yeah, he going back. They going, yeah. Yeah, Coach, I ain't gonna start no trouble. Florida trash too. They trash too. So at the end of the year, this is what I predict. Now I could see if he going to Florida, if he go to Florida, Jordan can go there too. Then Jordan go to Florida. Because Florida got some money. They got some money at that university. Golly, they lost a lot of people, last year. They must have lost a lot of people. Damn, he got to go there and rebuild. Just a man. I ain't gonna say no more. Yeah, this is you said it's gonna be a lot of a lot of jobs depending on how the season goes. You said the SEC got a bag of old slave money, just earn interest. You said ain't no palm trees in Tallahassee. I don't know, man. He can stay at Colorado as long as they are willing to go shopping the correct way. You know what I'm saying? Then he probably stay. He said the current FSU coach, did he inherit that team last year? He had some recruits come in. You said Lane Kiffin is going to go to Florida. If they offer him the right, I could see that if they offer him the right bag, he could go there. But I don't think so. Not right now. What does his contract look like at Ole Miss? But it'll be a big storyline because Coach Prime played at Florida State. That will be a huge, huge storyline. Do you hear me? A huge storyline. He's coming back home to Florida State. You know what I'm saying? Where he won the Thorpe Award. He's coming back home. Oh, they gave Lane the bag already. Yeah, coach. I don't know, man. We'll see what happened all season. It's going to be exciting. But then you got the draft, you got the combine, you got the draft. Shador get drafted, Travis get drafted. You know, that's going to be exciting, and all the other type of pomp and circumstances. Then he go to Florida State. I could see Travis staying one more year. I could see that. Could you imagine that? Because they originally recruited him, and now he coming back home to Florida State. Damn, man. Listen, that storyline could be real big. You hear me? Because he ain't got to worry about getting the Hogs in, and not at Florida State, because they already got him there. But it's just that, you know, they having a rough season. You say he getting 8.7 plus bonuses? Nah, man. Somebody getting more than that. What's the Georgia coach getting? What Kirby Smart getting? He making more than that. You said if you're a man and broke, go get you an electric pole saw and learn how to trim trees. Knock on doors until you get a yes, guaranteed at least. Yeah, everybody can't cut trees now. I seen somebody, I had to help somebody cut a tree down, right? They called me because they had the saw, and they called me, and they was like, "Can you please help us cut the rest of these trees down?" I was like, "All right." And the guy was like, "No, I got this. You could just watch and make sure, you know, I don't lose my balance." Man, he cut that tree, and the damn tree fell with him. It fell. He lucky he didn't get killed. Lucky. And when he was falling, I said, "Yeah, he dead, man." I said, "This is crazy." But then he was like, "Help, help." He was like kind of yelling help. He was all right. He broke his arm. I cut the rest of it down. I know how to cut them down. But yeah, he and they weren't even big trees, man. Wasn't even big trees, man. And he fell because he cut it the wrong way. And he fell with the tree. Lucky he didn't fall that far. Yeah, I cut it piece by piece. And I cut it piece by piece, and then I do it like that. I never just he tried to he went up halfway and then cut it. Man, that tree fell and he fell with it. Crazy. Yeah, you piece it from the top down. He can stay Nebraska. He can. If he graduate, he'd be a grad student. He can still play. That means he can go anywhere he want if he play as a grad student. But that's just like wishful thinking. He going to the league. He's not staying in the league. I technically I wouldn't either because you don't want to risk it because the guaranteed money is now. So you got to go when you can get it. So you don't want to risk your position and then risk an injury and all that. That's too much money on the line. The reason why I say it is because if you drafted in the top 5, that's nice bonus money. It's that guaranteed bonus signing bonus money is what they want. The contracts ain't all guaranteed. It's that bonus money that is. So the higher you get drafted, you get that bonus money. So yeah, he got to go. It's a business decision at this point. So Yeah, I definitely would. If I'm guaranteed, like they say in the top 5, hell yeah, I'm going. And I see. I have the mentality where I'm gonna play these people for their money. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna get my bonus and play the 3 years and see what happens after that. But I want that bonus money because that I could flip. I want the bonus money after taxes, whatever it is. And then after that, guys, I just lost the love for football. I'm not in love with it anymore. I'm just not. Just give me my money. I'm trying to rob a team like Russell Wilson. Or what's the other dude? Who's the quarterback for Atlanta? Who is that dude's agent? That is like robbery. They took it, man. I think he should, man. They took advantage off the blank. Like, what is that dude's name? Kirk Cousins. Whoever his agent is, listen, man, that man can talk, man, to get Kirk Cousins all that money. Listen, to get him all that money, yeah, that's one way I'll stay in the NFL. If I can keep getting all that money. But I don't like the game like that. I'm not in love with the game. I just want them billionaires' money. That's what I want. You said riding around campus in his Cullinan and all the them bunnies was going wild, weren't they? Oh my God. Did you see him? They couldn't even say Shador right. She said Shadur. Shadur. That's what you call him. Girl, you better say my name right. Boy, they was because he never around. I bet you he's never on campus. So they don't know where he is. But when he showed up after the game, they was like, yo, girl, there he is. They weren't even prepared. Them girls weren't even prepared, yo, when they saw him. They said, girl, there goes Shadur. There he is. They didn't believe it was him at first. Because he probably not seen a lot around campus. Man, them girls, they ain't know what to do. They weren't prepared. Those weren't the real go get them bunnies. Them weren't the real ones. Because there's levels to it. There's levels to it, man. Trust me, I know. Yeah, they were bad, but they weren't prepared. To run their game. You know what I'm saying? They were not prepared because they had Khalil Benson there and Justin Mayers. You see what I'm saying? So they had 3 ballers right there. They weren't prepared. Yeah, they tried Delta. Them the professional bunnies. Them the ones that's put together. You know what I'm saying? Like, trust me, man. I know. Every time you see the draft, you see them. They get drafted. They get drafted every year. Because during the draft, they sitting right there and they usually doing like this or whatever to the let me stop, man. I'm just talking shit now. Let me stop. Yeah, those were the bench warmers. They were not ready for it. And then what did Shador say? He said, I usually don't like people touching me, man. I don't like people touching me. He said that to one of them. I don't like people. Okay, Shador. Yeah, I don't like people touching me. You know, I don't like that. God, did y'all see that video? He after the game, Shador and a couple of offensive linemen, they went out to get something to eat near campus. And the bunny, because he's probably not really seen that much, but they were not prepared for it. As soon as he pulled up, they knew it was him. It was like, what the fuck? Is that Shador? They call him Shador. Oh my God, that's Shador. And they listen, wherever he went, they went. They were trying him. But he said, you know, Shador just cool as fuck. He's like, I just don't like people touching me. You know, I'm not comfortable. I don't like people touching me. He was smiling the whole time. But he just don't like people touching him. They were touching him and all this type of stuff, man. And you know, Khalil was there. They had all the bunnies around. They did. But it didn't work. He got right on his car and left. Did you hear what Coach Prime said after the game now, right? Don't y'all do nothing that'll compromise this game now. Don't y'all do it. He said, shit, as long as his women touch me. But saying he got a girl though. You know what I'm saying? So he got to say that. He got a girl, I believe. Now, you see Travis ain't nowhere to be hanging. Travis went, what did I tell y'all he gonna do? He went straight home to that game, yo. He had his onesies on and he was right to that game, yo. He was right to that game. Let's look at this. See, at least Travis is safe. We marked him safe. So he's home. Travis is home. Yeah, I said he gonna get right on that game, put his onesies on, and get to the game. And he was playing at the NBA game, so that's what he was doing, right? Yeah, she was like you said, she got him early. You off the hook. So that's what he was doing. He was hanging out. He don't go nowhere. He just be chilling. The other one, he went out to eat. Boy, them girls was like, girl, there he is. Girl, there he is. What are we gonna do? We got the girl. They weren't even dressed for the occasion. They weren't even dressed. They just had to do the best they could. Their hair went together. They just had to do the best they could to try to get to. Oh man, yo. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, I don't, if he gonna be out like that, at least have a big man with you. He had Khalil and them with him. But the girl, they were looking at them too, like, oh my God, girl, what do we do? There's 3 of them here. They all starters. Do you think I think he going to the NFL too? Girl, we can get drafted tonight, girl. We can get drafted. We can get drafted. Boy, man, y'all know ain't something wrong with me, man. But it is what it is. They weren't prepared though. He just kind of, it was impromptu. He just kind of popped up. They weren't expecting to see Shador after the game. They weren't expecting because he played at Colorado State. It was like, what, an hour and a half away. They weren't expecting to see him, but they saw him. It was like, whoa, my God. The next time they're gonna be prepared. The next time. They're gonna have all type of short stuff on. So trust me, I know. I remember one time I was at this like spot like getting like memorabilia. And this girl was in there buying a jersey. And I was like, okay. She was buying like a a Jeter jersey. And she was like, yeah, I'm wearing this as a skirt. And I was like, damn. She said, I'm getting Derek Jeter tonight. That's what she said. That's her goal. She gonna try to get next to Derek. That trust me, it'd be like that. But see, Derek Jeter did it the right way. He was getting when people had more money, that had money. That's what he was doing. You said Menzel, yeah, he partied a lot. And he's sitting up here having something to say. He had a lot to say after the Nebraska game. Menzel had something to say. I like, here he go talking. Yeah, he won a Heisman and all that, but he effed off his career, on some BS. He's sitting up here talking. But I guess he feel like he can talk. You say Colorado currently ranked 11th in the Big 12. That'll be subject to go up after the bye week, especially if they can win out against all these teams. That ranking will go up. All of them hate and see you bust, so all of them are. That's just the way it is. But shout out to the CU Bunnies. They tried. Shador, like, I don't like to be touched, man. I don't like to be. I usually don't like to be touched. That's what he said, yo. I don't like to be touched, man. That's what I would have said. I don't like to be touched, man. They had Justin Mayers and them with him. You said Baylor is 2-1 as well. Yeah, it's a battle of the 2-1s, Dub. Yeah, they rank higher. I know that because this is what it is right now. But after they beat Baylor, they'll be ranked higher than Baylor. And I would say they really will crack that ranking if they beat Kansas State. If they beat Kansas State, they're really gonna crack it. They're gonna crack it wide open. They getting ready to crack this thing wide open. Yeah, good thing Shador don't drink or do no type of drugs, nothing like that. Prime don't either. Yeah, it's a good thing because they will get to him. They would get to him, man. Remember, some of these girls trying to get drafted too. Some of these girls trying to go in the first round. Because remember, you got a girlfriend, you get drafted. She got drafted. Okay. She got drafted too. She's in the first round of the draft. Okay. So that's the way it is. But you got to hope that you got a rider, though, that really loves you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the key to it. Money can't buy that. If you got that, keep her. If you got somebody that's riding with you, okay, before the money, keep her. Trust me, I know. Keep her. Okay. Don't be going after um these Taylor Swifts. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now you see how Taylor Swift met, but see, he didn't lose no action to his game. I thought he was. So he's a real one that she's with. Because I'm thinking that was gonna take away from his game. No, he's still playing pretty good. I thought she was gonna be a major distraction to his game, but he's just that good, I guess. But I thought he was gonna fall off. I thought he was gonna fall off, but he didn't. Because she is a major distraction. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see what happens with that. But trust me, they break up, she got an album coming. You already know it. You said Russell Wilson lost his mojo. Well, he had the tail end of his career though. Oh man, when Russell Wilson got drafted, yeah, the way she was reacting, that was hilarious. She did think she hit a lick. The way because she thought she got drafted until he used to play at collegiate out here where I live. We used to go watch him play when he was in high school. His dad used to play in the NFL. His dad passed away now, but his dad used to play in the NFL. He's an offensive lineman. But Russell, what happened was he got drafted into baseball. He was going to play Major League Baseball, but then he went back to college. So he kind of started out late, because he went back. But yeah, he was two-sport athlete out here like Iverson was. Same thing, dominating in baseball, football like that. But yeah, when he got drafted, the way she had her mouth open, yeah. But how I saw Russell dapping up his brother, though, I knew that she wasn't going to be that long. I just knew it. Because his brother has a major influence on him. You never see his brother, do you? But his brother's around. And his big brother has a major influence on him. He still live out here, too. But he low key too. When he's out here, you would never think that's Russell Wilson's brother. He real low key with it. But he live off in the cut and something nice. He live in the cut. Yes, indeed. But he don't drive flashy though. He don't. But he has a major influence on him, and that's why he eventually, because she was crazy. From allegedly. I'm gonna say that. So he got that out of the way, and that was it. But I went. Russell's cool. He's with what's her name? Sierra, right? Yeah. That baseball NBA money hit different. But really, what hit different is that soccer money. That soccer money is really what hit different. I'm talking about the European soccer. I'm talking about Real Madrid. I'm talking about um, Barcelona. You know what I'm saying? FC Barcelona. I'm talking about name them. Arsenal, Liverpool. That Liverpool money hit different. Nah, these players ain't got nothing on them. They this man United. Come on, man United. That money hits there. Those are rich young men. They're very rich. You got played, yo, man. What's his name? Was at the and the bunnies missed him. See, the bunny, these new age bunnies, they don't know, they don't do their homework. They had what's his name? They was bumping into him to get to somebody that wasn't even a celebrity. And they just knocked over what's his name? His name is Junior. Junior from Brazil. I I forget, it was a video out. I think they thought he was like the taxi driver or something. Hit millions of dollars, yo. Hundreds of millions of dollars. And that soccer money really hit different. It's always been that way. Always, it's been like that since the 90s. It's always been that way. It's just that the NBA is just catching up. But yeah, man, they always, because that's what Kobe wanted to do at first. He wanted to play soccer, but he moved back to the United States. If he had stayed in Italy, he would have played soccer. I'm pretty sure of it. But he moved back to the United States to go to high school. When he settled in Lower Marion. But yeah, the soccer is where it's at. You say you don't need nothing flashy, a cool Tahoe. Yeah, the new Tahoes look good. But sometimes when you're young, you got to get out of your system. I guess everybody, even the old heads, was flashing a little bit back in the day. They did it their own way though. They were a little flashy. Not all of them, but some of them. Back in the 70s, I don't remember that, but I see the pictures of what's his name? What is his name, yo? New York Knicks. Not Oscar Robertson, was Walt Frazier. Man, Walt Frazier and Walt Frazier and what's his name? They were flashy as fuck. What is his name, yo? And the New York Jets, man. Joe Namath. They were flashy. Him and Joe Namath. Joe Namath was so flashy, he wore mink coats at the game, during the field. Had a mink coat on. That's flashy. Shador ain't got nothing on that. Now, like, he wear the jury. Nah, they been doing that. You said track and field need a cat. They'll never get that kind of money. Unless you like Usain Bolt or something. But, or boxing. Boxing money go long too. It just depends on who it is. Like back in the day, Mike Tyson was getting that money, like back in the day. But yeah, boxing just depends on who it is. They do pretty good too. Mainly the heavyweights. Floyd did really good. But the NFL be like they trying to pay people now. Yeah, baseball players were always did the jury thing. You said track is only fire during the Olympic years. Yeah, they get their endorsements and stuff, so they do pretty good. I'm imagining. And you know, it's kind of different now because now you can promote on your Instagram and get paid. So the more followers you have, so a lot of people get paid that way. There's some money to get out there, thanks to social media if they use it right. That's what I'm saying. You know how people say they play for clicks and stuff? Shit, it's money in them clicks. You see what I'm saying? You got a certain amount of followers, you getting some clicks, man. You get some money. That's because they want the clicks too. But here's the thing. I'm gonna close with this and I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna start another video, but each team is gonna give you their very best. Each team. It's gonna be like a bowl game for each team. Like Baylor, this is their time to rise right now. Baylor. You said Earl the Pearl. No, you mean Walt Frazier, man. Walt Frazier was amazing. Earl Pearl, he wore jewelry too. Walt Frazier, man, he had the Rolls Royce, the mink coats. You know what I'm saying? The jury, Walt Frazier. Man, he did it big, man. he was flashy. That flash always been there. That's why I'm saying the kids flashing ain't no problem to me. They're young. They got to do that. Get a little neck piece, stuff like that. You said Earl would just fly to you, Earl the Pearl. I seen the pictures and stuff like that. I don't remember that era. I wasn't around in that era yet. I wasn't even born yet. Like Walt Frazier era and Earl the Pearl. That was the 70s, right? Yeah, I wasn't quite here yet. Yeah, Neon Deion. Yeah, he was flashy too. Neon Deion. The Jerry Curl Deion. Let me tell you something, man. Those are the days back then. 89, 90. Those are the days. You said we see in the future NFL QBs Miller Moss, Manning, Cam Ward, Shador, and Baby Mahomes. And Jackson Dart. You got to add Jackson Dart too. Oh, yeah, the Gazelle frames. Yeah, I had a pair of Gazelles. The Gazelle frames and all that. Yep. They were doing it big back then. You said I'm old, bro, 59 years. You 59 years young, right? And fly with the Yankee. Yeah. Yeah, so you remember, Derek, you were a kid back then, though. But you remember those days, though, but you were young. During Walt Frazier and Earl the Pearl and stuff. That seemed like some fun times back there. I wish I was a teenager back then. That was a pretty good era. But the best for me was the 80s. As far as like movies and rock music and stuff, it was the 80s. Rap was the 90s. That was the golden age of rap, was the 90s. The best rap that ever came out was the 90s. The 80s was like the rock and everything else. The 80s was a very good era. 70s were disco. What's up, Stanford? But yeah, man, each era had their thing. I remember the velour sweatsuits. I had a night. My brother still wear his. He got a Nike velour one. He still wear it. But I want me one. I want to if I could find one, I just had on a pair. I had some shoes that I think would be good with it. But if I could find me a velour one, I'll still wear it. Yeah, R&B was good in the 90s. And I don't care what y'all say. Y'all know who the king of R&B is, right? We don't got to say his name, but yeah, we don't got to say his name. We don't gotta say his name, man, but you already know who the King R&B is. So I remember I was out at a bar recently, and it wasn't too many people in the bar, like but it was enough of us where we could hear each other. And this lady was like, so who the King R&B? And somebody had the nerve to try to say Usher. And I said, wait a minute. Wait. I said, Usher. I said, first of all, Usher, like, who did he write for? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know who the king is. She said, no, it's not him. I said, no, you saying it's not him because he in jail. But no, he still is the King R&B, fam. I said, either you too young to know that he wrote for everybody, or you just don't know. But I'm going to tell you, he is still. Yeah, it's R. Kelly. It's R. Kelly, man. Everybody know that. So I said, step in the name of love. You remember that song, man? Stop playing with me. Like, stop playing with me. Like, he wrote for Lady Gaga. She said he ain't write for Lady Gaga. I said, I bet you a drink. You owe me a drink if I can prove that he wrote for Lady Gaga. She said, all right, well, bet. I said, don't you got Google? Like, why would you do that? Why people do that? See, us old heads, we forget that we got technology in our pocket. I said, girl, go Google it, man. I don't have to Google it. It's already know. And she Googled it, and yeah, it's true. I don't care about the subs, man. He is the king of R&B. I don't care what nobody think about it. He is. As soon as he get out, the first concert going to be past. Look, listen, he's in jail now, but once he get out, the very first concert is going to be sold out. I promise you this. And it's going to be 6.5 years from now. Yes, 6.5 years. When he gets out, is going to be sold out. A friend of mine, her daughter, listen, I even know where he is. A lot of people don't even know where he's located. I know where he's located. He's located in North Carolina. Somebody told me he's not in North Carolina. I say they just moved him, miss. They moved him for a reason. There's a reason why they moved him. I'm not going to tell y'all why. There's a reason for it. And he walks around that facility freely. So her daughter was working there, and she was just walking down the hall, and this guy was like, do you need help? Because she was looking for an orderly. She kept calling for orderlies to help her. So when she walked by, this guy said, do you need any help? And she just kind of glanced at him. That was R. Kelly. And he sings every morning because he's keeping his voice. He know eventually he's getting out. The very first concert is going to be sold out. I'm just telling y'all that. Okay? It's going to be sold out. It's going to. He's not going to get out as of rate just yet. It depends on if he's willing to help. If he's willing, I can't really. Damn, I do know some. If he's willing to help on this certain thing, he'll be out next year. But if he's not willing to help, no, he got to do the rest of the 6. His situation, he got 6 to 10. See, he either got to do 6 to 10 hard time because he got 20, but he don't have to do the whole 20. It was just certain things, like if you know, you know. But there's something else happened, and he got information on. If he's willing to tell it, he's coming home. But then people gonna label him, or this and that. Nobody cares about being labeled a rat no more, because all of them are. But there's somebody that they getting ready to take down. They getting ready to take 2 people down, not just one. And we will no longer have those gatekeepers in music. They were gatekeepers for a minute. And that's just what it is. But man, back to this right here. Saturday's game is at 8 p.m. Why are all these games so late? But they're at 8 p.m. Prime time. It's going to be on TV again. And this is a game where, like I said, you don't take nobody lightly, but this is a game where they're going to look real good, I think. And it's back at home, it's home game. So that'll be a nice little look there. Yeah, 80s had some good stuff for rap, but the 90s was the golden era for rap. The 90s is when we introduced Nas. Nas came out in 92. I remember when he came out, he did a show at the Tunnel. I was there. He did a show at the Tunnel. He did a show at the Muse. It was a club back then called the Muse, and then there was another club called Home Base. This is before his first album came out. We threw the whole loop. We do Home Base. We did the Muse. There was Kilimanjaro. There was I forget the one deeper in the village. It was something hall. I can't remember right now. And then there was the Limelight. But the Limelight used to have rap every now and then. The Limelight is on 6th Avenue, the Avenue of Americas. It's an old church, Gothic church. They used to call it the Limelight. We used to go there too. They used to have rap there every now and then. But mainly, it was the other clubs I told you about. That's where Nas started. And I remember he had a listening part. We heard the album. We knew he was going to blow up. So yeah, the 90s was pretty good. Tribe Called Quest, stuff like that. Leaders of the New School. Yeah, rap 90s was pretty good, man. Man, what's wrong with the Jets? Everything. I could tell you the owners of the Jets, they're just like the Mara family. When the Maras used to own the family, they just like the prestige of owning an NFL team. They're not really trying to build it. That's what's wrong with it. Like, we're gonna have some stars on that team. Like, we got a couple stars on the team that they will pay, and it will stay at the Jets for the rest of their career because they pay them a lot of money, and that's it. They're not worried about nothing else. And the reason why they had them stars on the team for benefits and galas that they had the players featured in. But it's just the prestige of owning a team. They're not really trying to win. That's always been the problem with the Jets. And it seemed like that's the same problem. Chi-Town in the building. You from Chi-Town, Warren? Warren, you from Chi-Town? Okay. You said Baylor like to run. Yeah, they do like to run. So that probably will be like an interesting game again, because now Colorado can run it. We already know they can run it. Will Colorado try to reverse it again and say, look, we're going to run this ball early on to take the clock, so you won't do it to us, and then we'll just go ahead and then air it out later. So we'll see how that game go. But definitely, yes, Baylor like to run, but they're weak though. Baylor is weak. Even though, like I said, they're getting into conference play, but I don't know. We'll see. I always, the crazy thing is I try to predict and I be wrong. I said, man, the team is weak. But everybody play their A game with Colorado. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's status and money, making transactions for 90%. Right. It is status. But yeah, some players, some teams win though. Like New England, they were winning back in the day. Like their owner wanted to win Super Bowls, it helped they had Tom Brady on the team, but like the Giants wanted to win a Super Bowl. They eventually won one with Eli. They got a Super Bowl like out of the deal. I mean, since I've been alive. I mean, the Jets had nothing. They don't want to win. They won one Super Bowl, but I wasn't even alive yet when they won. So, yeah, New England had Tom Brady. That would have been dope if they had won one when Randy Moss was there. But they almost did it, but they got cut short. It was like a cheat code, man. Moss will just run to the end zone, and Brady just throw it up, and he'll go get it. It's like a cheat code, man. You say good to see other players and see you get the opportunity right. So I think they'll do it again. They'll just balance it out. They keep the other team from trying to do it to them, like run the clock out and stuff like that. I don't see this game being a problem. I really don't. I don't see this game being a problem. But they are going to air it out eventually. And long as two don't get hit, they'll be straight. Like that. Yeah, he ain't won nothing a long time. Game dog. He said having the best soap opera in the league. They damn got one this year. I made a joke on the other page. I said Dak Prescott. I put breaking news. Dak Prescott just been arrested by the FBI. It was a few people came to light. They said, "Really, man? What happened?" I said he got arrested for defrauding the Dallas Cowboys out of $240 million, and he threw two picks last night. He's in federal custody. I said he's in federal custody. CD Lamb in federal custody. All of them in federal custody. They're getting locked up. 240 million. See that? 240. The Giants just had their number. Some teams just have your number. And remember, Eli beat them twice. He beat them in the playoffs twice. They just this style make fights. They just had their number. That's all. You said CU finally discovered they can run out the pistol formation. But as far as like greatest receivers ever, he's on Mount Rushmore. Randy Moss. He was one of a kind. Now we'll see if he get all of it though, Dell, the 240. If he stayed the life of the contract. But I ain't mad at him either. Go get your money. But I just made a joke because he threw the 2 interceptions. But yeah, I'm not mad at him right there. Give me the money and I'll do what I can. I mean, he's not a bad quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So, but I guess, yeah, we'll see where Shador end up. You said Moss had the biggest alligator arms I've ever. No, you crazy game dog. Randy Moss? He didn't have to catch it in the middle. He didn't have to do all that. Nah, man, go look at New England. Yeah, he's not. Listen, if I'm Randy Moss, I'm not being hung out to dry. I'm not catching that ball in the slant in the middle to get pummeled on. No, I'm not trying to get CTE. Yeah, I have alligator arms too. Yep. He didn't have to go over the middle. He did it in college, but he didn't have to. That wasn't his thing. He just go to the end zone. But I would have alligator arms too. I'm not going to get hit like that. like they did what's his name at the Steelers. And now he ain't been acting right since. No, I have alligator arms. I'm sorry. You're not gonna leave me out and the linebacker is looking at me salivating at foaming at the mouth. No. I'll be like this, alligator arms. No, I wouldn't have alligator arms. I would have, I don't know what you call this. See, alligator arms is that. But I would have this, whatever you call it. Mr. Potato Head arms, hands. Nah, Randy was incredible, dog. I don't care. No, game log. I don't think you remember. You don't remember how great he was. You just don't remember. Justin Fields playing good for the Steelers. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing for the Steelers, man. I remember the Roethlisberger era. You know what I'm saying? That's what I remember. That was the last of it for me. I heard he's all right though. Oh, you a Bears fan? Oh man, you remember those Bears back in the '80s? I don't know if you remember Bears back in the '80s. Man, it was a good team. It was the '85 Bears. Yeah, Randy's a hurler. He's first ballot Hall of Fame too. On top of it, Randy is on the Mount Rushmore of wide receivers. He's up there. Him and T.O. They on the Mount Rushmore, man. Jerry Rice, T.O., Randy Moss. Yeah, they're up there, man. He was in high school, the '85 Bears. Yeah, you remember them, right? Jim McMahon. Yeah, they had a good run that year. The refrigerator. You said he's on the Mount Rushmore overrated receiver. Yeah, you see how you put the emojis? Now you carrying us now. This is what you call you carrying us. That's crazy. What did he do to your team game, dog? He did something to y'all. What did he do? Did he moss it on you? He's the reason why wide receivers catch with one hand in practice. You know that? Now they all trying to like emulate what he was doing. I'm gonna moss you. He must have mossed your team or something like that, and leaned in and got a touchdown on y'all. Willie Galt was a track star. He was fast. He was good. That was like I was young, but I don't halfway remember Willie Galt, but I remember though. Yeah, game dog. He just messing around. You said, and this is why receivers are not needed to win championships in the modern era. You don't just need receive. You need the whole thing operational to win a championship. Now, look, you say you speak in facts. I mean, you need a whole team to win, not just the receivers. But it's nice to have good receivers too. Yeah, game dog. He just don't like Moss, man. It's a reason for it. Why you don't like Moss, man? You said old school receivers won championships. No, you need more than just Lynn Swan to win that championship. You need a little bit more than just Lynn Swan. Okay, you needed Franco Harris and all of them. to win the championship. But it's a whole team effort. But you do need a Moss on that team, though. That'd have been nice. Yeah, Chris Carter was bad too. Imagine Randy Moss coming at me at Colorado. Them receivers would drop. They would drop. They would just like, what the hell is going on now? We got Randy Moss here, dog. Come on, man. It's Randy Moss, man. Michael Welch. We got another running back, Adam. He was hurt. We got two. We got multiple running backs. They just decided they wanted to use them. Yeah, Moss a Hall of Famer. I just don't know what he talking about here. Yeah, T.O. look like he can just play right now if he wanted to. Yeah, Carter Moss combo was scary. It was. Only two DBs gave Moss problems, Revis and Bobby Taylor. Well, you know that's Revis Island, man. Not too many people gave Moss a problem. Not one-on-one. Not too many people. So that's saying a lot for Revis. And he's in the Hall of Fame now too. You say he had 3 combined catches and quit on his Vikes teammates in 2000. Yeah, he's in the Hall of Fame game, dog. It's all good. You're talking about Hall of Famer, man. So he did more than just that game. Yeah, I know you said Confederate. I'm like, dang, I don't remember that. But I know what you meant. Yeah, Moss was 6'4". They both were the same height. But and also the other receiver too was pretty bad too, Calvin Johnson. That was another one. You said 3 combined catches and 2 conference champions. No, something happened. He ain't holler at your old lady, did he? Like, what happened, man? Something happened now. What's up with you and Randy Moss? We all know that he's one of the top receivers ever. Everybody knows this. That's like you saying something about Brady. That's crazy. Brady would, if he hear you talking, he'll think you crazy. Some of the greats never won championships, man. It's just the way it is. Iverson never won a championship. He in the Hall of Fame. Now, why is Randy and them in the Hall of Fame game, dog? Because he revolutionized the game. That's one big that's one big major contribution. There's no way you guarding him one-on-one. There's no way. Well, sometime they did, and that was it. The game, though, I'm beginning to think. Let me see why can I describe this here? Yeah, I'm beginning to think something. You're trying to run a Jedi mind trick on us, and trying to say that he wasn't good. So let me move on. Yeah, let me move on because yeah. So every now and then, guys, people throw you off like that. They'll come and try to throw you off. I'm not reading another comment from you. Yeah, I can't do it anymore, dog. I just can't. I just can't read another comment from you because, yeah, I just can't. Herman Moore, Andre Reed. Yeah, they were good. Herman Moore, Andre Reed. Yeah, that's Andre Reed. He was just on the Bills, though. I'm beginning to think you somebody else that's trying to troll me. I just see people get a kicker that they get different string names. I'm beginning to I think I know who you are. You write how you talk. Yeah, I'm watching you, game dog. I don't know. Yeah, Keyshawn Johnson was good too. Yeah, something about like I couldn't get to the league either. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people can't get to the league. You know, I'm not gonna be hating on these players. Like, come on, that's Randy Moss, man. My bad. That's like you hating on Tom Brady, man. We just can't hate on him. There's certain players you just can't hate on. That's just what it is. So if that's sacrilegious, like you just hating on Moss, that's crazy. That's like you hating on Deion. That's like you hating on Coach Prime, man. Like, come on, man. Like, I'm talking about his game. Okay, you just can't do it. There's certain players you just can't. I'm sorry. And I'm not, like I said, you just can't do it, man. You just can't do it, game dog. You said, bro, I'm just talking some football. I know you are. You always do that. Talk football. You said, why did Bill Belichick cut Randy in the middle of the season? No, that's not what happened. No. Now, see, uh-uh. What did Brady say? I would have loved to have won a championship with Randy Moss, but he felt like it was his fault. The Giants just had their number that year, game dog. That's just what it is. But they were close. I don't remember Lester Hayes' era. I was not around, but I heard about Lester Hayes. But I was, Deion Sanders era. I remember that. But yeah, Lester Hayes, I heard about him. I heard about him. You say you was on your Johnny Man. I was too, man. Chasing them women. That's what I was doing. I was like, damn, ain't nobody telling me I gotta go to class. That's crazy. Until test day came. I said, we didn't cover this in class. I know Herbert Scott. That's like he hating on Larry Fitzgerald, man. Now, if he started doing that, if he mentioned something, they like, come on, man. Come on, man. Wasn't he just at the game, Isaiah? Lester Hayes? I don't know, man. Game dog, man. Land. I don't know, man. But I like this. It's like barbershop game dog. This like barbershop conversation. You be in a barbershop getting people mad. You said LT is the GOAT though. Wait, which LT? Tomlinson or Taylor? You probably talking about LT, the original LT. You talking about the original LT, Derek Tate, Lawrence Taylor. I think. You said dude the C. No, he in the CSU. The game dog, you a CSU fan? He ain't a CSU fan. He been around. Game dog been around. I'm not gonna act like I he ain't been around. You know, he been around. He's not a troll. We just having barbershop talk. You know what I'm saying? It's like the barbershop. You know what I mean? So, dude, at my barbershop, I don't go to barbershop no more. I don't go to barbershop. I cut my own. It's hard not to mess up a baldy, right? So I do that. See what happened was I had locks for 15 years and I had Damian Marley locks. My locks was like past my knees and it messed up my hairline. And so I was like, man, I'm not like Stephen A, right? Just trying to hold on to glory. I just go ahead and just balled it down. Um, like that. I just go ahead and ball it down. But I'm not holding on to glory. But when I was in the barbershop, when I used to go to the barbershop, um, it never fails. It's always some old school cats in there that they stand on it. They're like, no, my player was the GOAT. Like that's just what it is. And it's always be an argument. Always. Sometimes it gets serious. It'd be crazy in there, man. Yeah, first team all pro in two different positions in the same season. Inside linebacker and outside linebacker. 19 up. Lawrence, that was a bad man. Do I got the fire Marshall Bill patches? No. But what happened was when I was little, I got in a car. No, not a car accident. I got in an accident on the train. This college, it was like college going back. You remember college kids used to carry those safes with them? That hit my head, and my hair don't grow there. And but then when I got locks, it covered it up. But then what happened was my whole hairline just is non-existent. I have a non-existent hairline, yo. I don't know how that happened, but if I try to grow a fro, it's just I'm look like Stephen A. Smith, yo. It just ain't gonna happen. Now, some people they still hold on to it. You see what I'm saying? It's just if you can pull it off, you can pull it off, but I can't pull it off. So I just go with the ball because it just ain't going right. But I had locks for over 15 years. Actually, longer than that, actually, because I regrew them. After I cut them, I didn't feel right. And then I grew them back again. I had them for 4 years. So in total, almost 20 years. I had locks. Almost 20 years. But when I used to go to the barbers, like I said, listen, my barber, once he get to talking, he'll spend an hour on your head. You ever had one of them barbers that he just can't cut hair like fast enough because he talking? Dog, he had me in a chair and he had like 5 people. This is back when you didn't need an appointment. He was like, it was on a Saturday. Just know that you're gonna be in like, because you try and get your hair cut and lined up for the party, right? For the club or the bar. Just know you're gonna be in there at 6 o'clock. No, I didn't see that. You see when the Celtics got slapped in the CSU stand. I didn't see that. Yeah, you gotta be careful going to other stadiums and because you're gonna get somebody that's gonna stand on it. Why did he get slapped for it? They were just talking back and forth. You say you hate the grow process, but once I cut my, yeah, that was it. Once I cut my, that was it. I wasn't going like once I cut it the second time, that was it. I don't have the patience no more. But that's why I don't have no need to go to the barbershop because I ball it. But man, I'm talking about. Sometime I'll stop by there to see what's going on. Like my old barber, he got locked up again. He back in jail, but he was on work release when, like back then, I didn't even know he was on work release because I know he was saying, "Yeah, man, I wish I can go to close. I got to go back in." I didn't know what he was talking about, but yeah, he got locked up again. But I go in there sometime to see who's in there, and they be in there. It never fails, yo. They be in there arguing about something sport. The last time I was in there, they were arguing about Coach Prime going to Colorado. So, because they know I be, following Colorado, they was like, "Yeah, so what's up with Colorado?" I was like, "Oh yeah, they doing their thing," you know what I'm saying? And then one dude said, "Man, I ain't trying to hear that." He's one of them like Umar Johnson type of people. I'm like, why you ain't trying to hear it? Old school, like, what's up? Man, he up there, man. You know what I'm saying? He should have stayed at Jackson State. He one of them players. I mean, one of them guys. And like he should have stayed there. I'm like, why? Like he needed. I think it had to go there. Give the chance for some of the players to play Power 5 football. It worked out though. And he was like, yeah, why wasn't he on the sidelines? Like, why is he? Did he go to Nebraska? Like, he was on the sidelines in Lincoln. Yeah, I don't know why. He could have been on the sidelines. Yeah, them fans don't care, man. Like, he must have been going back and forth with somebody. And he ain't do nothing after that. He slapped him. He ain't do nothing. They must have broke it up. Oh, he went to. Oh, that's right. Yeah, he did. See, that's what a fan. I heard a fan just got killed, man. What game was that? I just saw that come through the wire today. See, when you have to go to a game and get all rowdy, I don't believe in that. Like, okay, your team lost, so be it. Like, it ain't worth going to jail over. Damn, it's a YouTube TMZ clip. He must have got into it with somebody. That's what it was. Because they know he went to Colorado. He probably was like, "Yeah, we won and on y'all losers," and then somebody didn't like it. But that ain't no reason to slap nobody. Oh, he got slapped out of the blue? So yeah, he was being targeted. That's what happened. So you gotta be careful. Like, that's why he should have been on the sidelines. But that's on him. I'm pretty sure coach could have got him a sideline pass. Yeah, some people too serious and they know that he in the NBA too. And they know he played for Colorado. Yeah, somebody targeted him. They don't care how big he is. Some people don't care. He's 6'4", 210. I know he's tall, but yeah, some people don't care. Some people ignorant. I know, like, that's how it is in Philly. You say he was under the field goal and got slapped. Damn. Yeah, see, that's not worth it, man. I don't believe nobody should keep your hands to yourself. So what? Your team lost. But you know what? This is big for people though, because it's a rivalry and they're not going to play each other for a very long time. I think the next time they play each other is 6 years from now. So that hurt. That sting. I don't care what I know that quarterback felt it at the end. But then Shador said, I get it why he ain't shake his hand. But he should have took that 600,000. You said it knocked his hat off. He got so he got the taste slapped out of him. Damn. Yeah, that ain't right, man. You know you got slapped hard, your hat fall off. I almost got into it at Giant Stadium one time. This is the old Giant Stadium when the who was it? It was the Steelers in town. It was this big dude. He had his face paint on. He said, "Yeah, your team sucked, buddy." So I looked back and he looking dead at me. And I was like, "Who he talking?" They said he talking to you. He said, "Yeah, I'm talking to you, big man. Your team sucked, buddy. What are you gonna do about it?" And he drunk as hell. I just kept going. Man. I said, "I'm not gonna sit up here." It was a lot of them. He said, "Yeah, how you like we in your own stadium, man. It's more of us than you. You just really popping it." And I was like, "All right, man." He said, "Yeah, the best thing you need to do is keep walking. It's the best thing, like." I'm like, man. But then afterwards, we were outside and we were out there talking, and everybody was cool. But yeah, them fans is crazy. Yeah, I can't. I wish I could share the TMZ clip. TMZ will get you in a minute. You can't share it. You can't show none of their stuff. They've been on copy. Damn, let me look at that. His hat flew off, dog. Let me at least look at it. Damn, his hat flew off. Damn, as soon as I put his name in, it said slap, As soon as, let me see this. Damn, was he by himself? Was his girl with him? Let me see what's going on here. Somebody's holding him back. He had somebody trying to come up for his defense. Hey, let me see this again. He never got that hat back. Oh, the old dude slapped him. Actually, yeah. Dan, the old dude, he gave him an old school slap to a backhand. If I'm a betting man, let me see. He might have been, let me see. He wasn't alone. He definitely wasn't alone. But that old dude, he backhanded him. He didn't catch him fully. He kind of hit his hat. It wasn't like a full backhand. That old dude, he was like, "Look here now." Did he slap him? It looked like he hit his hat off. Let me see. Yeah, he did make connection. It was a quick connection. He did. Like, boop. Yeah, it was a backup kind of thing, but he did get him. And that was it. Yeah, rest in peace to Tito Jackson. Yeah, he did get him. And he didn't do nothing after that. It was his boy he was with that was liquored up. Somebody he was with that was really carrying it, like being crazy. It wasn't him, but he just caught the backhand. He'd have probably been better off on the sidelines. He'd have been better off. But guys, let me get out of here. Thanks for joining. I'll be back. Game week again. Baylor. Baylor is it, man. Baylor's the next one up on the schedule. That's it. And yeah, it should be good. 8 o'clock game. It's another late game. I don't mind the late games, actually. It's 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time it comes on. So I don't mind it, but you get to do what you got to do during the day, then watch football at night. So that's pretty good. But anyway, I'll catch you guys later.